show you how to make actually good thumbnails for your YouTube videos. And it's gonna be pretty crazy. But first, let's go over the steps. Step 1, use Photoshop. Now I know Photoshop costs a lot of money. If you don't have Photoshop, then you could just use Photo P, which is basically the exact same thing as Photoshop. It just has a little less features. Step 2, what kind of thumbnail are you making? Step 2 is a question. And last but not least, step 3. There is no step 3. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab this. I'm gonna grab this one. Go into Photoshop. It has to be in a 1920 by 1080 pixels. Copy, paste it with Control V. If you take a screenshot of yourself, sometimes it's like shows your full body like this. But when it comes to thumbnails, you should probably have it more zoomed in like this. Either this or this. They can actually like see your face. Just scale it up. So I'm gonna cut this picture out with the magic wand tool. Okay, I'm gonna interrupt my past self here by saying, don't use the magic wand tool. It is the worst tool I've ever used. Instead, you should use the pen tool. Okay, so if you have a picture like this, just grab the pen tool by pressing P on your keyboard and just zoom in and click, and then click again. On that same click, don't let go. Don't let go. Don't let go. And just drag it like that. Outline what you have here. Outline what you want and stuff. For some reason you do this, so you curve it like this or whatever. If you just try to place a pen thing here, it does this. I don't really know why. If you don't want it to do that, then you could just press Alt, then click on this. Okay, so once you're almost done, you have to connect the last thing, tracing that. Then what I do is just right click and then press Make Selection. Then you can select a feather radius. I usually put this at 1. It's very smooth. But for this one, I'm gonna put it at 2 because it's kind of like, it's a cat. And just press Enter. Then you've made a selection. Congratulations. We're not done yet. Once you've got the selection of this subject, press Control-Shift-I. Then you could just press Backspace and it'll get rid of it. But like what everyone does normally is just press this mask button without inverting it, and that just does the exact same thing. Okay, so you have this. Use the pen tool. You can zoom in more if you want, just to like not have to cut out extra stuff. And just cut it out with the pen tool. Then let's go to Filter, Camera Raw Filter, so we can do some adjustments to the color. I would just play around with these settings, because like every picture differentiates. Before we move on, about the selecting thing. I usually don't use the pen tool to select out the characters. Why is my taskbar up here? I usually use a software, because I'm lazy, but it is way faster. It does an okay job. I'm gonna replace this Mr. Beast here. If there's any excess stuff here, you could just erase it with the erase tool. There we go. Okay, usually at this point, I would just go right click on this layer and press blending options. Okay, just copy these settings right here. If you want a good backdrop on your face. If you want to add an outline, press stroke, and then turn on like one of these. And then it'll be a cool outline. Normally I don't put an outline on it. Well, sometimes I do. Okay, I think I actually am gonna have a outline. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is to find an awesome background. Preferably something eye-catching. Something like this. Alright. I'm gonna zoom it in like way more to where it shows just a little bit of the green and then most of the sky. This kind of looks garbage right now, to be honest. So I'm gonna do some adjustments in Filter and Camera Raw. Alright. That's perfect. So I want a little bit of a blurry background, so I'm gonna go to Filter, then Blur, Gaussian blur. That's how you pronounce it. And just raise it until it's a good enough blur for your liking. When it comes to this face, probably gonna go to the sharpen tool thing here, right here. If it's not showing up for you, just press this 3 dots, right click on it, and you'll find you can adjust the size by holding Alt and right click. Up and down will create the softness. And then just click the things that you want to be sharper and more detailed. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna do is drink some water. I'm gonna add just something to catch the viewer's attention. Hey, how did that get there? Well, what happens if I just do this? My PC is about to crash. Then I'm gonna add the text. Press T, click. This is fine for now. Okay, right click, blending options, and then press color overlay. And click on the color thing here, and then put it on, I'm gonna put on yellow. And then I'm gonna add a drop shadow. Now I'm gonna change the font. I'm actually just gonna use this very simple font. Okay, I'm gonna put it there. Do you think this would work? No, I like the yellow. Simplicity is always great. To export this, go to the top left and press File, then Export, then Export As. It'll bring you to this little thingamajig. If the format is PNG, you have on transparency. And this thing right here says 2. If it's over 2 megabytes, that's a no-no. You can't have over 2 megabytes worth of quality. So to fix this, go here and then press JPEG. There'll be the quality will be probably here or something. You could just drag it up to the highest quality and it'll be. You press export, save it in one of your files. That's about it. I'm leaving.